Hey guys, it's Tarn coming at you with another game of Total Warhammer 3. We're here with Gor-Rok once more. Brutal business activated for 20 weapon damage on everything. Not great for us since we'll be fighting a bunch of trash. But let's get to it. We're outside Wolfheart's place here, so let us go then, you and I. Now they have nothing that really threatens us, just a totally massive amount of stuff. Of course, Wolfheart himself is sort of dangerous, but the AI is unlikely to use them particularly well in a siege battle. I hope. The Battle of Tlaxcalan now commences. Oh no, it's a map like this. These are terrible to attack. Oh, good news, we broke the walls a little bit earlier. I remember that. I remember doing that now. Yeah, so this is where we're going in, not least because this is where the towers are already down some. And we've got the wall breaches, and then, you know, we'll crack these towers and try to get in. You know, standard stuff. And we'll arrange everything while we're chipping away at the wall. Oh, they're like all the way up here defending the ridge. Fascinating. And they've got all the gunners on the wall over there, but we're not going to go that way. Interesting. Gor-Rok is taking forever. All right, let's array our forces then, shall we? Here. Yeah, and Gor-Rok is just gonna run right in. And, oh, they had a mortar in the breach. That's both hilarious and, you know, I mean, it's just funny. So the thing about Gor-Rok is he can probably kill this whole army by himself, but that would take a long time, and we're gonna be more sporty than that by knocking down the towers and then coming in behind them. Because the thing about Khotgar is, like, they haven't even got through his shield, which isn't even a part of his kit. Yeah, he's just having a party. Yeah, he has not taken a single point of damage from running into, you know, a bunch of dudes who don't match up well with him. He is a small target, he's not a big guy. But if they get on that tower, that could be pretty annoying. So it would fire up this way. We'll just try to see if we can not have that happen to us, right? What's hurting them? Some magic thing? Oh, the mortar. Not a magic thing at all. The magic here is, you know, Gor-Rok, who's just having a party, right? Sure, he's not doing a lot of damage. He doesn't do a lot of damage. I mean, he does, but not to, you know, an infantry blob. He doesn't have big splash attacks or anything. But if he can hold him still, and he definitely can. Because that is the It's Away, right? You hold him still with Gor-Rok, and then you bash him there. Because we're just all the way in now already. Oh, the chameleon skinks the flagellants on top of him. Not great, but... Oh, they're not... Oh, man. Alright, not great at all. We might end up okay here, right? If somebody will get on these dudes, because they're trying to go around to get in at them, which is not perfect. Like, right here, our cavalry is charging through non-braced halberds, well, that's good. And now we're in the cookie jar, right? So we are just diving in. Can't stop, won't stop. They've got war wagons, knights, and handgunners there, but hey, if you get on top of their ranged... Big if. Oh, the Razordons, they're just having a time, you know. We need to pull them back over here. They're quite valuable, not very hardy. The good news is, you know, now the blob fight is commencing. Man, these guys, oh, they're all the way forward. Oh, and they're getting shot by Wolfheart and engaged with knights. Super bad. Do we have any support for them? I don't think so. We could drop a 2 here. Because we're getting shot from the ridge there. This doesn't matter to a lot of the stuff that's got, you know, better shields. Like, the swords don't have great shields, but 45% is pretty good. We need to just send Gor-Rok up there at them if they can go. We need to heal something with the Basti. Why not these guys? No reason not to. Oh, they're still out here. I was like, where are our big beatdown fellas at? They're still out here. That's okay. The good news is that our infantry just demolishes there, right? Theirs. We are getting shot at by Wolfheart, though, which is super bad. We need to get over here on him. Because if they'll just, like, hit a volley into those guys, but I don't know if they will. Man, how messy. You know, it's a siege. They tend to be. But the good news is we're really trucking on them already. Did we get anyone to the hill? Did the Temple Guard get up there? No, they are engaged here with knights, which, you know, okay. Blessed Horde one's getting shot point blank by Wolfheart. Why did we think they could get in on him? I mean, they did. Alright, what's happening here? We're getting shot. Oh, we're fighting flagellants on the wall, too. Yeah, that's what's happening. We can, yeah, Well, actually, it's not been him at all. It must be something. Could just be halberds with just melee weapon strength, because doing 20 more damage, yeah, that's probably what it is. We're like all the way in now. We are going to need to fight these flagellants anywhere we see them. Oh no, not the Razordons. I'm like, wait, why do we wheel? Let's just shoot at them. Why not? Why not? Please. Man, they really like to work at their own pace, don't they? Like, we are just straight... Are they running into a line this entire length? I hate this game sometimes. That is what's happening. Alright, and now that they've done this, they're going to think about shooting at them, who have already run away. Like, why would that? Why would that be what to do? Hey, Crazy Sing, how are you? How'd the Ogre campaign go? Oh, it went wonderfully. The crisis after the long victory was the big wall of Grimgore. We went and bashed around and had a time and, you know, declared ourselves the greatest. And now we're here. And, you know, there's probably a tower somewhere too. But anyway, we're going to try to pull these guys out so they don't just straight die, as we won't be able to babysit them at all. And stuff like war wagons are super good against dinos. I mean, not like immediately, but in the long run. But then we get on top of them. Gor-Rok, of course, can really do a lot of work. Yeah, we're just about to get some heroes off of the ground, because you don't get your Sora Scar veterans until tier 4, which this was a super messy campaign. I mean, we're fine now, but it was incredibly sketchy for a while. Oh yeah, we've just been letting this guy shoot at chameleon skinks, I guess, which is funny because they have like 75% missile resist. Yeah, he's probably been on the ground shooting at them on the wall this whole time. Good for him. What on earth are we fighting over here? Wow, terrible. Alright, let's get out of there. Wow, the cohort just getting absolutely beat down. You can't use monsters like I'm using them here. You can't send them ahead. Least of all into halberds. Anyway, this map's too big. I got confused. I thought we were closer to everything. We are so far away from everything. Wow. Okay, so instead of going up this way, it thinks that it needs to go here. I hate everything. That way, please. Oh, we win! Hooray! Good news. I mean, I knew we would. Just didn't know where we were at there. I guess everybody had been defeated. You know, the cavalry got a ton of value, but they also, you know, because they did, you know, they kept on pushing forward until they found things that were dangerous. What are you going to do, right? The Blessed Saurus, all the ones who were given attack orders surely feasted. Of course, they have perfect vigor, so they really like existing. The skink horde with javelins, there's absolutely no reason to still have them in our army. We should have blessed ones if we're going to be using them at all. I mean, there's a reason to have like a single skink. It's really just because of how the tempo of the campaign has gone. We haven't had a chance to, you know, get other things. I mean, we would. We could just blessed spawning some stuff in. But anyway. Heyo, what? What? 10% missile resist? Can't we have enough? 35 missile resist, 45 physical resist, 43 ward save, 120 armor, silver shield, and 300 barrier, which they almost got through the barrier once. But now we spend the money on it because we are finally at a point in the tempo of a campaign where we can defend our land as long as Ashland doesn't attack us for a little bit. Yeah, you know, the thing is that he's very slow. So even though he won't die, like, he won't die. If they have magic attacks and armor piercing, you know, it's a little easier for them to get through. But with 43 ward save, it's still a freaking ton. But 41 speed is just slow, you know, like, that's slower than a Slayer unit is. And if you can't make them fight you, then, you know, you can get even more missile resist. I don't see why it would matter. Well, you know, what if they had magic missiles? Do we take blue line after all this time? Feels weird to do it. I mean, lightning strike would be handy. Yeah. The other survivability stuff feels irrelevant to him. Because that's that army, and then this army, which is like a newer one, right? But we got a Slan Mage Priest of Life, who's, I think he's a Battle Toad, yeah. Again, a Skink Priest of Heavens, who's got a Stegodon, and then a Skink Oracle, and a Scar Veteran, who, again, we just got Scar Veteran, so he's just like level 8. And then, you know, Razordon, Stegodon, Basti, Solar Engine, you know, Cav Block, a little bit of Skirmisher, a whole bunch of Saurus Warriors. We need to get Blessed Ones, but, alright, so... Speaking of Blessed Ones, one more Rite of Awakening turn. There's no reason to have these. We should just have something else. It'll cost more. That's why I was doing it, right? I remember. It's because they were cheap. But don't we deserve to be happy? Don't we deserve to have a Shredder of Lustria? I mean, the answer's yes. We do deserve it. And in keeping with the theme of total excessiveness, we're going to get the Blessed Ancient Stegodon as well. Yeah, because this will be something to, like, brawl with Yonbo if he's there. We'll have the crew, the big crew, you know, going into the short victory. So we're just going to walk up and fight here.
Absolutely not.
And what, like, use the armies just because it'll be funny to do it and just smash over them? Probably. Alright, money. Because we're going to have a little incursion here from Yonbo, but it won't be too bad. I don't think he's going to, like, come down here to the lands that are actually desirable for us that we would want to keep. Because we are going to be knocking on his door in just a matter of turns anyway. The only real worry is that Ashland will get his act together and strike at us before we're ready. Because he's got a lot of armies here. It's not a big worry. We can, like, ROR stop, and he can't beat Itza, right? Itza's a crazy garrison, but he could still be very bad. We'll see. Build a growth building here? Yeah, why not? But the first while of the campaign was just, like, getting all of our settlements, like, sacked and taken away by the Skaven or Skulltaker or whomever was around, right? And we were just defending Itza, going around trying to solve problems. And then once we got stuff done, Tupac gets the old March trait, very good. And a Mage Priest of Life goes into the pool, very good. We're only getting 45 spawning a turn, but once we get just a couple more places to level 3, because this building is 10, but at level 4, you know, you get 25 a turn from it, adds up. We're just going to, spend money before we do a fight and make a lot more money and then have to rethink everything? No, that's ridiculous. Let me click on my army, alright. We need to finish this war quick, because they've got a lot of agents. I'm like, wait, agents? We've got them too. Shall we attack? Roderick Langille. Hiya! It fails. Jimothius Warner. Oh no, Jimothy. Jimothy, how could you? Well, Jimothius Dagobert here runs away. Dagobert Pfeiffer. A fine name. He runs away, but we're able to wrap him up there, of course. And they get to experience, as so many in the past have, why Lustria is incredibly fair as a place. And now that fight becomes super boring, so we're not going to do it. We don't even have Gor-Rok's weapon, because due to, which it's really good, but we're probably never going to get it. You have to get a, you have to sack a certain amount of Skaven settlements, and there are no convenient ones.
Wisdom eludes you. I am
Because, like, yeah, this is much too little and much too late out of them. But they're still fighting Hexy, so, you know, they've got other fish to fry, but they will remain unfried. They're gonna be just some hungry boys forever. We don't make very much money through the battles, because we don't fight an army, really. You know, a bunch of his armies are pretty crummy. I'm sure Yeah, well,
Very well.
at least they'll have like Skycutter chariots for the people that aren't him, right? And those things are trash.
Wise indeed. Most
I just have to assume that they're going to move on me before too long, but hopefully we'll be alright. A little while longer. Ooh, a commandment. Because we want to send... Because Gor-Rok's army, obviously being Gor-Rok's, we would like him more against Yonbo, but would it be better? So we get Stalk for all heroes, which is so good. Five word save for all characters, I mean, that's pretty clearly good, but, you know, also... magic items, and then research rate, you know, maybe we'll go there. Magic item drop rate. I'm still quite happy to get more magic items. We don't have enough weapons. Alright, so what we want to do here... Well, we'll send Gor-Rok up because this is going to be the army that fights Yonbo, probably, right? Even though this army... You know, the trait on this caster would be more desirable. Alright, let's think.
no.
Yeah. Looks like there'll be plenty of fights to be had here. And it gets the administrator follower. And we achieve the short victory, which gives us 3 hero capacity for all heroes, which is pretty nice. Croak has this move where you can like mess up a town really bad, just like click on it and make it miserable. But when you use it, you so we're gonna go to ambush here and see if we can get them to do something careless. But first, alright, let's... drop one of them for a blessed Saurus. Drop the skink. For... yeah, another one of these won't go bad. And we wound the special hero of his, so good for us. Will they get down here? No, I think they'll come back up this way when we move there. Getting all the money and sinking all the money, and maybe if we don't look like we have a lot of money, then the elves won't attack us. We do...
Convince me this brooks my attention.
We still have a trade pact with them, right? They would cancel that before, I think. But anyway, their dislike of us was sort of moderate, but they're going to dislike us more. So maybe... No, they don't actually appear to care about this war. It was just the Bordello War that they were mad about, so they could actually get over it pretty quick. Just need more money for the temple city there. Although we may not build that one because that one is in a yellow area. Much better. We sack it for 11, which is awesome. And then get locked outside a little bit without replenishment. This is okay. Wolfheart's armies are renowned for not being very good. It's not what renowned means. They're known. But we're hoping that going up in this direction is going to get the army of Yonbo going back north there and leaving me alone. But getting 11 off of that sack, totally worth it. I regret nothing. You know, we definitely have items that could make that cheaper, so we're going to do that. We're going to get... Oh, we should have done that one first, huh? Because we've got an ancillary that... Oh, he can't use it. That's funny, that makes sense. It's a temple architect. Oh, we'll just use them then. And this guy gets cheaper advanced buildings anyway. And so by recruiting these guys, now we reduce the cost of that by 6,500. You know, sure, you gotta pay them each turn, but they're affordable. I mean, we could just get rid of them and recruit new ones later. Amazing. Look at me playing the game right. This guy's got fleet-footed, though. We're not getting rid of him. Alright, and we've got the spell intensity, life, priest. There we go. It's messing with everything else, but we've got to... I'm beginning to feel... you know, a little reticent about these elves on our borders. I want to get at least some army spun up here. We'll wait to recruit the skink oracles, though, you know, it's very expensive. Heaven's Caster. Do we want one? I mean, better than a Beast Caster, right? But the Beast Caster, you know, why not? We're not going to be trying to use his wins on most stuff anyway. Alright. You know, we won. Short victory achieved. Long victory is... So the short victory is just get rid of, you know, the chaos people there. And then the long victory is to make sure that everything in all of Lustria is controlled by your vassals or military allies. But, you know, I don't think...
Since you initiated contact, it is upon you to make overtures.
Yeah, it's not like we can just, like, get him into a military alliance. We will almost certainly be having to fight him before the end. Which is alright. It's not like we're not prepared for it. Ungrel Stoneheart. Man, we've been getting some nice assists from the Beastmen in this campaign. They just show up whenever it's pretty convenient for us that they show up. And they are running away. Rupert comes down here, which is pretty annoying.
Not your...
But I guess Gor-Rok can come here and hit him. No, he can't.
No.
Hey, Neo, what's good, my friend? Alright, so we could just... Yeah, this is the way. We'll just swing down this way and hit Wellspring. Now we've cut off Yonbo from his other things. We'll be able to roll down here, sew this up, and move back up. Tupac can move in this way. They'll take this and maybe come back here toward Longsub, but that's like... That'll be fine. That landmark's so good. You know, if you're fighting warriors, gas demons, gas, dwarves, Norscan beastmen. Alright, we got a bunch of money out of all of that, which means we'll just wait there. We don't need to buy more levels of the growth building. I, in general, do not believe in doing such things. To upgrade whole auto, it takes forever. I think it's fine to do, though. They're not going to get down there on this side, and, you know, from that angle, I guess it'll be fine for a while. Here... Oh, because they took the pillars. I'm like, let's just stop collecting the income there for a second. Tupac's doing great. Gor-Rok, we recently got his army a little better. We finally got rid of the skinks with javelins that we had the whole time. And then picked up the Shredder of Lustria and a Blessed Ancient Stegodon. In Tupac's army, you know, we added a Blessed Saurus Warrior and another Blessed Stegodon. It's not as cool as the big guys, but, you know, they're working on it. We're finally, you know, we got 45 spawning sequence a turn. So... it only takes, what, 5 turns at that clip to be able to get, like, a Blessed Horned one, which is quite an exceptional unit, right? Cavalry you can forget about, and it still works. Yes, please. Alright, we're going to... fail to pop the hero. It's okay. It's the dream that counts. Because the thing, of course, is, like, I've been talking about the whole time, basically, the beauty of Lustria is, once you've taken it and you, like, set up on a coast somewhere, you get to hang out on that coast. They took this fight? Alright. Maybe, I felt like they had nowhere to go? Maybe their calculation, like, I wasn't in ambush, I was just out of it because I didn't want them to fool me. Hey, sort of anti-heroes. Yes, thank you. Okay, good stuff. Now, Gor-Rok has the old, other Trickster Shard, one of the better items they remade in the game. I think it's one of the best ones in the whole game. It's a AoE debuff to resists for your opponents, ward save, physical resist, and all that. So he's got that. But a magic attack, and that weapon is also pretty sweet. And he's just wearing Warrior Bane, which is super funny for him too, because what he does not need is that. But this ability is nice because, you know, it's a huge chunk. And I actually would probably wear the Sword of Anti-Heroes over his personal sword, because the physical resist is just unnecessary gravy at this point, right? It gets you over cap. And the mace click ability gives you dazed, and that's okay. But you don't get magic attacks for it. Although I guess the most physical resistant person you're likely to run into is Gor-Rok, so... we're just going to take this to get the research rate, I guess. I actually really like the Lizardman tree. Now, you know, like, there's a bunch of pretty good text. Oh, no, not this jerk. Alright, well, the good news is he's by himself.
You lost your wits.
Alright, we'll just go, like, right here and go to ambush, since we can't get to the pillars in time. We have a 100% chance. That's based on raw chances. It doesn't mean you'll 100% do it, because other armies have, you know, resistances of their own and such. What we'll do here... here, and while it's feasible that they'll move down there and we'll lose a little bit of time reorienting a little bit, it's okay. We'll be all right. I feel like we recruited these guys too early. Yeah. But I hate to get rid of, like, a fleet-footed trait on one of these guys. It's really good. Well, if you don't need the army right now, we don't need the army right now. Ashland doesn't hate us. And actually, with time... Well, he'll get really mad at us whenever we pal around with Hexawaddle. We'll just deal with it whenever. But I think dropping this army is the appropriate thing to do. Because we're going to save a huge chunk. Because the heroes go away forever, but the Lord just goes back in, yeah. But then because of losing the percentage on army upkeep, you know, it's like another 1,000. And if we could just hold off for like 5 more turns, then, you know, that's a lot of money. And it looks like we have money, but we don't, you know, we're running out of money constantly. We don't want to upgrade that. They're moving in on it. For golem we can do, though. Because we're hoping that one of them, or both, will move over this way, or that our presence here will make them too afraid. Marcus is back. Marcus could shoot a Salon a lot. He could shoot a lot of things a lot, but what Marcus can't do is deal with a bunch of Saurus warriors if they get on top of him and balk him. Also, Brutal Business is gone, which means we're going to match up so much better. Brutal Business essentially doubles the weapon strength of his guys, and it merely adds like a third to ours.
Not possible.
And we get rid of the guy. It says we've successfully wounded him. It's assassinated as the ability, so theoretically you can kill the hero with it without a critical success even. Or maybe it's just a critical success. It doesn't matter. But that dude's an immortal hero. He's part of the crew, part of the ship for Wolfheart there. Imagine Nakai and Lustreed stomp everyone with his croc scores. Woody, do they have magic attacks? Because without magic attacks, I can totally see, like, Demonettes or Bloodletters having a weirdly fine time bashing them. That 25... Croc scores are funny. I love Croxies. I think they're great fun. You know, you can get a mod to start somewhere else. I feel like starting Nakai in Lustria is very easy mode, but it could be a lot of fun anyway. The problem is, like, can Marcus keep on getting further inside? Well, he can't make it there in one turn. now I can start building there, and hopefully he won't move in this way. He won't go there, probably. We should be able to catch him before too long.
Never.
My loyalty lies.
Still haven't seen hide nor scale of Yonbo, but he might be off doing his thing. Oh, we just need more money for that. Alright, we need to cancel something that we just did. Not any of those places. That's been happening for turns. What did I just do? This one. Alright, 8K. Jeez. Alright. We won't get the population back, but I want to get started on this. You think we should go book it to Bretonnians? You know, I do like that idea. Especially if Ashland stays cool. Send an expeditionary force to show the French who's boss.
I serve only the dragons.
Because the middle of a Lizardman campaign is so awesome, because you go from not really being able to have all the cool stuff you want and leaning super heavily on Saurus, which are great, and then like not, you know, you have like these great heroes, but you can't really get them off the ground and you're limited. Then you get short victory, you know, you get access to 3 more of them. And then at long victory, you get plus 10 levels on all of them. So you're basically like starting on Carnosaurs for Saurus Scarvets, which is super great. Hey, Salbas! You know, that's awesome. I totally forgot our dude was coming up here to help with the war. I bet this army trucks on theirs in auto-resolve. We're coming down back here anyway. We will catch Wolfheart. Led by a Kroxagor Ancient. Marcus probably is going to be like, it's Dakai! The Wanderer himself. Wrong. And then we unnecessarily spend a lot of money on hero actions, but hey, it's about sending a message, right? And really, we are helping out Hexawaddle so well. He moves in there and there, pretty annoying, but we are going to catch him in the center. He's not like moving too quick for us to run him down, I don't think. But maybe he is. Yeah, he just moved in front of Salbas there. Like, is he gonna get all the way in? He might get all the way in. This will have the useful effect of moving this army down, but here we just run right up.
not.
Because, like, if we can't catch him, then he's just going to keep on marauding in. But there's only... He can't beat eats us, so... Will Salbus catch him?
No.
No.
I think not.
Alright, well, that means solo army in the north. At least we got through to this point. Yeah, yeah. We can't just leave Wolfhart back here. I'd love to. We're gonna move this guy up for Gor-Rok's army and try to get him a sort of Scarvet. We're gonna move to March because I literally don't care. You know, let him try to hit me. If he does, at least we'll have a fight.
No way.
How dare he use, you know, tactics and positioning against me. That's what I was supposed to do. Using this ridiculous human brain that I allegedly have possessed. Yeah, and Nakai just showing up. Kroxigors are very large, aren't they? No, I've never faced a regular-sized crocodile in battle. Or a miniature one. Or even an imaginary one, but I think a giant one would be even more fearsome than all of those. Wow, look at him. He is all up in the trees. Can we catch him? Yes. Is he going to run away to the other side? Infuriating. Actually, we've got him now. He can't get out. We can't catch him, but I don't think he can get out. He might be able to jump across the way, though. But he might have, like, fled inside of our sphere, so we might have to fight. Yeah, we showed up. Adolphus Alderman freaks out. He's like, no, not again. If we sack here, because that was like almost all of our movement. I was like, can we move and take Spectazuma? No. That's a shame. It didn't mean to do that to our, you know, it wasn't very much money. I thought we might be able to sack it, get through and take Spectazuma this turn, and then, like, deal with that on the backswing and have him there. But now he's in March stance in my lands, so, you know, good for him. We've got a ton of Blessed Spawning stuff, which means it's time to upgrade our army again. Yeah, let's upgrade the other one. You can just pick up, what, like, yeah, I think Blessed Ones just don't have Rampage. It says they do, but they don't. Do we need a car name? I mean, no. They're merely very cool. Alright, so what do we need to make the army better? More Stegodons? An Ancient Beater to be like the Shredder of Lustria equivalent here? Yeah, you know. They're pretty good. And then we can grab another Temple Guard here. Like, don't you let Wolfheart get away from me. I think he got away from me. It's alright. Hopefully the other army that's there is chasing him too. Look, if you let somebody get away from you in Lustria, let them charge headlong. This is why you always read the choices. Negative 15 casualty replenishment is not what I want to see. Oh, he did not get away. He moved to encampment. And now that trait is very nice on him, taking him to 50% missile resist. Make that 65% missile resist. Which is pretty good, because we might be fighting, you know, Dark Elves or High Elves before too long. What's the difference? Trick question. Get another Talisman of Preservation, very nice. Of course, Croak's got his own set of stuff, so it can go into Tupac's army. Where I'm thinking... Yeah, on the Skink Priest of Heavens is the most appropriate, because he has the biggest HP pool, and thus he benefits the most from being with it. We're gonna make... Decent. Bunch of crummy items. I mean, not the Forest Cloak. This gives him snipe. Oh, and it's in the set there. That's hilarious. You know, it's actually kind of nice. We should probably give it to somebody who doesn't already have Wayfarer. Alright, well, now Wolfheart's dealt with. Sure, we had to come in here to do it, which is not ideal.
I bring Azurian's fire.
But on the upside, they're, like, pleased with it. All of our actions against Bordalo are basically in the past as far as the elves are concerned. They're like, Bordalo, oh, that was weeks ago. And that's going to give us 15% post-faction, post-battle loot for the whole faction, which is super good. And we're getting so many cool landmarks and stuff that are all going to come online at the same time, which is a cool part of the game for it to happen too, right? what's going on down here?
Trained by the White Tower.
Oh, that was a new army. I just saw that it had very little strength in it. I'm like, what's going on here? But Source of Old Blood looking gnarly in the picture there. Oh yeah, we still have our quest battle to do. Maybe we'll do that next time. It's already midnight 30. We're not going to accept a close victory, and it's always nice to end a video on a battle. Although it'll be a bit of a slog. No, it'll be much like the other one, only without a Marcus character. And we'll have to knock a hole in the wall first. You know, I guess we could just have Gor-Rok walk in, climb the wall. Oh wow, the tower can see all of my guys. This is super bad. Why am I the way I am? We're just gonna climb on the wall, and maybe that'll, you know, maybe that'll help. Like this dude. Gor-Rok has come to take the wall back, and this wizard is fighting him. Was fighting him. Great swords are fighting him, which is super fun for them. Yeah, he's a small model, but he's Saurus are tall. Saurus are like 8 feet tall, right? Tell me there's a cooler game. Look the Shredder of Lustria. in the eyes and tell me there's a cooler game. Let's knock this wall down, boys. I aim for the middle. He makes the blessed ancient stegodon look small. And now we're going to drop the base. We're gonna do a Deliverance 3 and watch as... Yeah. There you go. Croak generates 2k value in a cast, as is tradition. Oh, what's the matter? You don't want to fight anymore? Why you running? Why you running? I'm gonna drop it on this handgunner blob, and I think these halberds are gonna walk right into it also. They're not gonna be able to evade, right? Because they have to get to this side, and they're not able to. Shredded Orlestria takes a lot of damage. We need to get up here. Oh yeah, everybody else should get in and fight too, right? Give the Shredder reward save. Party on. Gor-Rok, of course, takes like 4 damage. He's healed it all. Should you say, imagine being a footman seeing the biggest crocodile ever come? Yeah, I mean, the sense of scale and terror, right? Because these are Saurus riding velociraptors, but look at that. I mean. They're like, let's have a blob fight on it. Oh, they're all... Oh my god. So everyone here is climbing the ladders to get in, even though there's a gate that we control and have broken, and a hole in the wall. Well, that explains why they haven't engaged yet. It's okay. It's all part of the great plan. We all like to work at our own pace, right? getting it done. I imagine there'll be army lost before too long. They're shooting the poor Lustria Shredder up, but that is, of course, the brakes. Where is the Rev Crystal? You say at this point you go and run, oh, I expect him to. I mean, look at the handgunners, right? I mean, like, they've got their little swords out. I can't decide what weapon to use. Fight for our right to live. I mean, yeah, sure, but have you ever considered that these are lizard man walls? Like, talk about being based on human beings, right? Like, y'all know you didn't build this. First of all, it's floating. Y'all know you didn't build this. Stay to know how you race drones get to. Probably should have sack occupied it. But getting a tier 3 is worth it. Worth a ton of money for trade too, I bet. Yeah, with the gem thing, yeah. Awesome. And now Tupac can move up this way. Because he's moving here. Jawa's here. I imagine Jiyun Gao here is 4 war drums. Make it make sense. You know, 3 cannons, 4 crane gunners, something, but how do they defend it, right? With 4 war drums? So I haven't seen Yonbo, and we know he only has 5 places, right? And he'll hit tier 5 here eventually. Celestial Dragon Guard will probably just flat lose to Blessed Saurus. I bet they would. Drop a Chameleon Skink and get this Scarvet embedded. Alright. We also know from counting that this is all Yonbo has, so the big guy himself must be somewhere. Get another Blessed Source there, and then... Do we really believe in the Chameleon Skink in this army? No, we do not. Anything the Chameleon Skink could do, you know, the Invisible Razor-Dawn Hunting Pack can do. No, Chameleon Skinks are very hardy against being fired upon. They don't need to be babysitted as much. They're faster, you know, a little faster. They skirmish. They're slower. They're slower and they skirmish. But I think just another thing of Horn ones, right? Because they always do good work, and more mobility would not go amiss here. Oh wow, we hadn't even got the one of the Supreme Shield, the old ones. We're getting bad moves. Hilarious. Getting all of our sequence stuff. Getting totally broke again. In just a couple of turns, though, we're going to get so much of a payoff for it. Itza is 9 turns from getting to the top tier, where there's basically nothing we care about. I mean, you can get Ancient Steggies, which are fine, but Stegodons are just as good, you know. Really, Tier 5 is about having better, you know, commandments, buildings, locuses. But alright. Awesome. Oh, okay. Nah, I gotta go to bed. This will be a great fight to start off on. I mean, it'll be fine. Shard of Lestria's got limited HP already, but we can just like use Basti Crystals on it. Anyway, we've got plenty of Saurus. And yes, Saurus totally beat Celestial Dragon Guard in the head-to-head. Because it says they have AP, right? But Blessed Saurus have 33 AP damage. It's just not more than 50%. And regular Saurus have 22. Like, 33 AP damage is almost more than their whole damage profile. We've got more attack, more defense, almost as good of armor. Yeah, we would maul them. But yes, this will be a great battle for the morning. We'll probably play in the morning, but we could try to finish up Diablo. Look at the map there. That's nice. We've got our little thing in the middle of Lustria. We know how to share. Because in Diablo 2 on hardcore, I just beat the Hell Ancients with my Sorceress. So we were just at the very last block there. But this is... I'm having a blast. We might play it in the morning. I was going to play And I'm glad I played this because it really got me out. I was in a mood, dude. I bought this game. It was like a remaster of a game I used to play on PlayStation 2 with my best friend back in the day called Katamari Damacy, where you roll stuff up into a ball and turn it into a star. It doesn't make sense if you describe what you do in the game. But I bought it, the remaster, and then it's just like in a 720p window, and apparently you can't access the resolution options until you go through the tutorial, which made me so mad. But that doesn't matter. But anyway, that's why we play Total War tonight. Na 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 Katamari Damacy. Indeed. You have to do the right amount of na 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 na. That's not the right amount, but you know, I wasn't singing the song. But anyway, I'll see you, Neo. It's good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. Later, Krazy. Hope you enjoyed. Yep, and good night, everyone. And maybe I'll see you in a later stream or video. So maybe we'll play this in the morning, maybe not, but maybe I'll see you there. Either way, but see you guys.